Good morning, everyone.
Good
Let us
morning,
start.
sir.
Remember, we have been learning Chapter 4 Climate of your geography textbook. Last time we started discussion on the seasons. We have learned about the cold weather season. Today we shall start discussion on the hot weather season, that is summer season. Now let me present my screen. The hot weather season, the summer season. So let us read. Due to the apparent northward movement of the sun, the global heat belt shifts northwards. Okay. Due to the apparent northward movement of the sun, the global heat belt shifts northwards. So now let us see this diagram. Say you may be observing that when the winter season sets in, when the winter season sets in, the sun is going to the south. Okay. So let me repeat. You may be observing that when the winter season sets in, then the sun is going to the south. Okay, in this way. So this is the path of the sun in the winter season. Okay, and as the summer season sets in, the sun is going to the north. That is, the sun is going almost overhead during the noon time in the summer season. Okay, so this is the position of the sun in the summer season. This is what we call apparent movement of the sun, because it is not the sun that is actually moving. So it is the earth. Okay, it is due to the inclination of the earth axis towards the sun that we are observing the sun is moving to the north or to the south, and that is why we use the term this apparent movement of the sun. Okay, and with this shifting of the sun towards the north, the global this thermal equator, okay, the thermal equator is moving to the north and to the south accordingly. Again, see, let us read. Due to the apparent movement of the sun, the global heat belt shifts northwards. Due to the apparent northward movement that we have discussed earlier, okay, due to this apparent movement of the sun towards the north, the intensity of the sun's ray is increased, and that is why we feel hot. And because of this apparent movement of the sun towards the north, the thermal equator, okay, the thermal equator is moving north of the equator, geographical equator, or south of the geographical equator. And as such, from March to May, it is hot weather season. That is, we have 3 months, okay, under the hot weather season, that is March, April and May. So let me proceed. The influence of the heat belt can be seen clearly from temperature recording taken during March and May at different latitudes. Just now we have discussed that the heat belt, the heat zone of the earth is moving towards the north or towards the south with the apparent movement of the sun. And we have learned that say in the summer season the sun is going to the north, shifting to the north, and that is why the heat belt, the thermal equator, is also shifting to the north. And so it can be clearly seen from the temperature recording taken during March to May in different latitudes. So let us see. In March, the highest temperature is about 38 degrees Celsius recorded in the Deccan Plateau. So in March, the highest temperature is 38 degrees Celsius recorded on the Deccan Plateau. See here in March, here in this area, okay, in the Deccan Plateau area here. Deccan Plateau is here, and in this area the temperature in the month of March is 38 degrees Celsius. Okay. Then in April, temperature in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh are around 42 degrees Celsius. In the month of April, temperature in Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh 42 degrees Celsius. Okay. Gujarat and Madhya Pradesh. See here. Here in Gujarat it is 42. And again here in Madhya Pradesh also okay, here also 42 degrees Celsius. And in May, temperature of 45 degrees Celsius is common in the northern part of the country. So in the month of May, 45, okay, in the northern part, see here, in the northern part, it is 45 in most of the northern part of India. That is here. Here in this area, temperature is around 45 degrees Celsius in the month of this May. And in peninsular India, temperature remains lower due to moderating influence of the oceans. Okay, in the peninsular plateau, here in this area, okay, here in this area, temperature is comparatively lower as compared to the northern part, because here ocean waters influence the temperature condition. Okay, you know, ocean water has a moderating influence. You must know that ocean water is cold in the summer and a cold wind is blowing towards the coast, and whereas in the winter season ocean waters are warm, and that is why warm water is blowing towards the sea coast, and that is why these ocean waters affect the temperature of the coastal areas. And because of this moderating influence of the ocean water in peninsular India, temperature remains lower due to moderating influence of the ocean. Boys and girls, up to here, any question? Are you clear about the shifting of the sun and about the temperature condition? You also may be observing that see now, okay, see now winter season is going to set, and that is why you may be observing that the sun is going to the south. And in the month of this March, April, May, you may be observing that the sun is going to the north. This is what we call apparent movement of the sun. And with the shifting of the sun towards the north, we feel hot. Okay. But you must note that it is not the sun that is actually moving. It is the earth that moves. Okay. And let us continue. The summer months experience a rising temperature and falling air pressure in the northern part of the country. See, during this summer, temperature increasing and pressure decreasing. And towards the end of May, an elongated low pressure area developed in the region extending from Thar Desert in the northwest to Patna and Chotanagpur Plateau in the southeast. Okay, so here during the summer, last time also we have learned that, see here, when the summer season sets in, that is mainly in the beginning of this April, due to high heat, low pressure is formed here. Okay, and this low pressure is extended. Okay, is extended up to the Chotanagpur Plateau, up to this Patna, then Chotanagpur area. That is the point mentioned here. Okay, here so low, and here in this way, low pressure is extended like this. And circulation of air begins to set in around this trough. Trough means this longitudinal low pressure belt. Okay, so let me repeat. Say when the summer season sets in, say by the end of this March or April, a low pressure is developed in the northwestern part of India, and this low pressure is extended up to Patna, okay, and the Chotanagpur region. And because of this, wind is blowing from sea this towards the land. A striking feature of the hot weather season is lu. Okay, I think you may be familiar with this term lu. This is one of the most important characteristic feature of the hot weather season. Okay, lu, what is lu? Actually, lu is a local wind. Okay, lu is a local wind, and these are very strong, gusty, hot, dry winds blowing during during the day over north and northwestern India. So lu is a very hot and dry wind, okay, blowing during the day over the north and the northwestern part of this India. So in this area, okay, it is blowing out from here and blowing mainly here in this area. Okay, in the northwestern part and this northern part of India, it is blowing here. And this wind is very, very dangerous. Sometimes they even continue until late in the evening, and direct exposure to these winds may even prove to be fatal. Okay, if you are exposed to this lu for about 1 hour, then you may be dead, okay, due to dehydration. So when you go for study in Delhi area, okay, that you may experience this one. And when there is lu, then you must be inside the house, otherwise you may be result to death. So another important feature, okay, is here storms. Okay, the storms are very common during the month of May in northern India, that is mainly in northwestern India, okay, and northern India, Haryana, then western UP, Punjab, northern Rajasthan. Dust storms are very common, and these storms bring temporary relief as they lower the temperature and may bring light and cool breezes. Because of these dust storms, temperature may be lowered, okay, and there may be light rainfall and cool breezes, means cool winds, okay. And again, during this summer season, you may also experience localized thunderstorms associated with violent wind, torrential downpour, it is torrential rainfall, often accompanied by hail. And in West Bengal, these thunderstorms are known as Kal Baisakhi. Okay, in West Bengal, these localized thunderstorms are known as Kal Baisakhi. So how are these occurred? Actually, see, let us say this is the surface of the earth, and you know that in the month of May, okay, the sky is very clear and it is very hot also. So let us say this is the sun. The sun's ray will strike the surface of the earth, okay, and this heat will be absorbed by the surface, and again it will be radiated back into the atmosphere. And because of this radiation, the air nearby the surface will be heated and it will rise upwards. You must know that when the air is heated, it becomes lighter and it is rising upwards, okay, it will be rising upwards. When the air rises upwards, then it will be cooled down, okay, and because of that cooling process, there will be cloud formation, okay, a thick layer of cloud may be formed, and from this there may be this heavy rainfall but short duration, and there may be very strong winds and sometimes hails, okay, balls of these ice may also be falling down on the surface. That is what we call hail, okay. So this is about the causes of the thunderstorms. And you must know that thunderstorms are mainly occur in the afternoon, because the highest temperature of the day is recorded mainly in the afternoon, okay. And thunderstorms are mainly because of the intense heating of the surface of the earth by the sunlight. And such type of thunderstorms are known as Kal Baisakhi in West Bengal, okay. Up to here, any question, boys and girls? Any question regarding Kal Baisakhi or Lu or any other related question? Okay, then let us proceed. Towards the close of the summer season, pre-monsoon showers. Pre-monsoon shower means the rainfall before the start of the monsoon. Okay, pre means before, shower means rainfall. So towards the close of summer season. Close of summer season means by the end of May. Okay, pre-monsoon showers are common, especially in Kerala and Karnataka. And these pre-monsoon showers help in early ripening of mangoes and often referred to as mango showers. Okay, so towards the end of the summer season, there may be pre-monsoon showers. There may be rainfall before the start of the monsoon in the states of Kerala and Karnataka, and these pre-monsoon showers help in the early ripening of mangoes, and hence the name mango showers, okay, are given. So these are the important features of hot weather season, okay. You must know that say in the month of March, temperature start rising, then it has been increasing, okay, day by day. Then by the end of May, so temperature may be around 45 degrees Celsius over the northwestern part of the country, that is northern Rajasthan, Punjab area. Then because of rising temperature, there may be falling air pressure, and this low pressure may be extended up to Chotanagpur Plateau, and because of the wind, wind is blowing towards the land. Lu is also blowing in the northwestern part of India, okay, and this is very dangerous. Exposure to this wind proved to be fatal. Then we may be observing localized thunderstorms, okay, in the northern part as well as in northeastern India. In West Bengal, these localized thunderstorms are known as Kal Baisakhi. Okay, so if you don't have any other question, then let me take up another season, okay. Next important season is the advancing monsoon or the rainy season. So this season covers 4 months, that is June, July, August, September. So let us read. By early June, the low pressure condition over the northern plain intensifies, and it attracts trade winds of the southern hemisphere, and these southeast trade winds originate over the warm tropical areas of the southern oceans. They cross the equator and blows in a south this westerly direction, entering Indian Peninsula as a southwest monsoon. This we have already learned. Okay, this is about the origin of the southwest monsoon. Okay, again let me explain you. See here, say we have learned that say by the at the beginning of this summer season, low pressure is developed here, and this low pressure is extended up to this Chotanagpur Plateau. Then another low pressure is developed over the Tibetan Plateau, and here high pressure is developed here near Madagascar. And because of this, see here, this is the equator. South of the equator, one say planetary wind is blowing, and this wind is known as southeast trade wind. I think you are seeing here, this is southeast trade wind. So this southeast trade wind is blowing over the warm tropical ocean, and because of this low pressure here and a low pressure here and the shifting of the jet stream north of the Himalayas, this southeast trade wind will be attracted towards India and will cross the equator. And when the wind crosses the equator, it will turn to the right due to the Coriolis force. See here, this is the direction of the wind, okay. So when the southeast trade wind crosses the equator, it will turn to the right due to the Coriolis force, and hence the direction of wind becomes southwesterly, and this wind is known as southwest monsoon. Okay, that is what mentioned in the book. And as these winds blow over the warm oceans, they bring abundant moisture. So we have learned that these monsoon winds, okay, this southwest monsoon wind blows over the warm tropical oceans and the seas, and that is why it brings lots of water vapor, causing abundant rainfall here over the Indian subcontinent. And these winds are very strong, okay, are strong and blow at an average velocity of 30 kilometers per hour. The monsoon winds are very strong and blow at an average velocity of 30 kilometers per hour, with the exception of the extreme northwest, that is Rajasthan area. The monsoon winds cover the country in about a month. That we have discussed earlier. Okay, you must call back the onset of the monsoon winds, okay, that we discussed earlier. The inflow of the southwest monsoon into India brings a total change in the weather. When the southwest monsoon wind blows into India, okay, it brings a total change in the weather. Early in the season, the windward side of the Western Ghats receive very heavy rainfall, more than 250 centimeters, okay. That is by first week of June, okay. This Western Ghats receives very heavy rainfall. Here, let us see here. Here in this area, okay. Here in this Western Ghats area, we receive very heavy rainfall at the beginning of this season. Here the rainfall is more than 250 centimeter. Okay, 250 centimeter. Then the Deccan Plateau and parts of Madhya Pradesh also receive some amount of rain in spite of lying in the rain shadow area. Even Madhya Pradesh and Deccan Plateau, okay, even this area also receive some amount of rainfall, even though they are in the rain shadow area of the Western Ghats. You know, Western Ghats is here, and because of the Western Ghats, it becomes rain shadow, and even in this area also, some amount of rainfall is received. The maximum rainfall of this season is received in the northeastern part of the country, okay, in the northern hills. Monsoon, you know, in the southern range of the Khasi Hills receive the highest average rainfall in the world. That I think you might have learned. Monsoon receive the highest amount of rainfall in the world. Okay, see, just you may see this map somewhere here, okay, somewhere here this Monsoon is in Meghalaya, somewhere here it is. So this area receives the highest amount of rainfall in the world, more than 1,100 centimeters in a year. And rainfall in the Ganga Valley decreases from east to west. And Rajasthan and a part of Gujarat get scanty rainfall, that is little rainfall. Rajasthan and Gujarat get little rainfall from the monsoon. And you must know that rainfall in the Ganga Valley decreases from east to the west. Let us see one map, okay. Here rainfall decreases from east towards the west. Just see the quote. See here, in this area, the amount of rainfall is between 100 and 200. Okay. Then again, see here in this area, it is 600 to 100 centimeter. Then 40 to 60. See here, 40 to 60. Then 20 to 40. In this way, the amount of rainfall decreases from the east towards the west in the northern plains of India. And another phenomenon associated with the monsoon is the tendency to have breaks in the rainfall. So this is one of the most important characteristic features of the monsoon. So monsoon has breaks in rainfall. It has a wet and a dry spells. Okay, in other words, the monsoon rain takes place only for a few days at a time. That is, say monsoon rains take place maybe a week. Okay, the 5-6 days, and after that the rainfall may be stopped for another a week. Then after that the rainfall may start. In this way, it has dry and wet spells. Okay, that means the monsoon rains are interspersed with rainless interval, and these rainless intervals are known as dry spells or breaks in the monsoon. Okay, breaks in the rainfall. Remember, when the monsoon wind arrives, then there will be continuous heavy rainfall for about a week. Then after that, the rainfall may be stopped for another a week. And this period without rainfall is known as break in the rainfall or dry spell. Okay, and these breaks in the monsoon are related to the movement of the monsoon trough. So breaks in the monsoon is related to the movement of the ITCZ. Okay, about ITCZ also we have discussed earlier. What is ITCZ? Do you remember? What is ITCZ? Do you remember? You must remember the global wind belt. Okay, here this is the 30° north, this is 30° south, and here this is the equator. This is the equator, and here we have low pressure, and here we have high pressure. From here this northeast trade wind is blowing, and from the southeast trade wind is blowing, and here this zone where the northeast and the southeast trade wind is converged is known as ITCZ. Okay, and it is also known as monsoon trough, and this ITCZ is moving towards the north. Okay, and because of this movement of the ITCZ towards the north, there may be this dry spell and wet spell. So for various reasons, the trough and axis keep on moving northward or southward. This monsoon trough, okay, may be moving northward or southward, which determines the spatial distribution of rainfall. Okay, the monsoon trough, after forming here, it may be moving towards the north or towards the south, and because of this movement, the amount of rainfall is different. When the axis of the monsoon trough lies over the plain, the rainfall is good in this part. When the monsoon trough or the ITCZ is located here, okay, in the northern plain, then rainfall is very heavy in this area. Then on the other hand, whenever the axis shifts closer to the Himalayas, there are longer dry spells in the plain, and widespread rain occurs in the mountainous and the catchment areas of the Himalayas. When the monsoon trough shifts here in the Himalayan mountain, in this area, then there will be dry spell here, no rainfall over the Ganga plain, but there will be heavy rainfall over the Himalayan mountain. And next we shall learn about the these effects, okay, consequences of the monsoon rainfall. These heavy monsoon rains bring in their wake devastating flood, causing damage to life and property in the plants. You may be listening, okay, to the radios, then newspaper, you may be reading newspapers also, that because of the flood, there may be damage of property and a loss of life, including animals, due to the monsoon rainfall. The frequency and the intensity of tropical depressions to determine the amount and duration of the monsoon rains. Okay, tropical depression means tropical cyclones. The frequency and intensity of the tropical cyclones to determine the amount and duration of monsoon rainfall in India. Whenever cyclones are developed, okay, over the Indian Ocean. Whenever cyclones are developed here, okay, whenever cyclones are developed over here or maybe over here, then there may be continuous rainfall in the coastal area here in this area. Or if cyclones are developed here in the Arabian Sea, then there will be continuous rainfall, maybe a week or 10 days in this area. And these depression means cyclones, okay, forms at the height of Bay of Bengal and cross over the mainland. And the depression follow the axis of the monsoon trough of low pressure. That means the cyclones develop here follow the trough of the monsoon. Always try to move towards this side because the cyclones are following the monsoon trough, the monsoon depression. And another important characteristic of monsoon is that the monsoon is unknown for its uncertainties. The monsoon is very, very uncertain. Okay, so there is alternation of dry and wet spells that you have learned. These dry and wet spells also vary in intensity. Then it also vary in the frequency, that is in the number as well as in the duration. Okay, sometimes the dry spell may be very long, sometimes the dry spell may be very short. While it causes heavy flood in one part, it may be responsible for droughts in the other. Because of the monsoon rainfall, there may be flood in one part of India, but there may not be rainfall in other parts. And the monsoon is often very irregular in its arrival and retreat. Sometimes in the year the monsoon may arrive too early. Sometimes the monsoon in the year may be late, okay, maybe arriving late, or sometimes maybe normal. Okay, and about the withdrawal also, it may be withdrawn too early or maybe late also. That is why it is said that it is irregular in its arrival and retreat, and hence it sometimes disturbs the farming schedule of millions of farmers all over the country. We know that India is an agrarian country, and we have 58% of the total population, okay, by these farmers, and these farmers depend on the monsoon rainfall for their farm operation. And whenever the monsoon is late, the farming schedule of the farmers, okay, are disturbed. So that is the point mentioned here. So this is about the nature of the Indian monsoons. Any question, boys and girls?
No, sir.
Okay, let us stop here for today. Please don't forget to send your names in the WhatsApp group for attendance. Thank you very much for joining my class.